Dear students, we have learned three different forms of business organization: sole proprietorship, partnership, joint Hindu family business. And in this video lesson, we are going to learn more about yet another form of business organization, cooperative organizations, or normally we will say cooperative societies. Cooperative societies. So, as the name indicates, these type of organizations are basically aimed with social services. Cooperation is the basic principle. Mutual help and self-help. They are working for the welfare of the weaker section of the society. So remember the explanation about the concept of cooperative society is it is an organization which is working on the basis of service than profit. Their main aim is service than earning maximum profit. They function under the principle mutual help, mutual help, mutual help, collecting funds from one member and giving funds to the needy other members. So remember the explanation. So a lot of features are there for these type of organizations. So cooperative societies or organizations work for the welfare of the members of that particular society. So the formation is very easy. 10 members are required. So look at the features. First one is voluntary association. Voluntary association. No compulsion for the membership in the cooperative society. Every individual who is interested, they are free to join in this type of cooperative society and no more legal formalities. They can directly approach the bank, cooperative society, and fill the application with one annual, one body meeting. They will appoint that person as and voluntary association. No need of worry. Everyone can become a member after the age of 18. Then it is an association of persons. Cooperative society is an association of people, not as capitalists. So, depending upon the nature of purpose of that society, the members also will vary. Employees cooperative societies are there, farmers cooperative societies are there, a lot of different. So, the association of that type of a particular team of people is cooperative society. Then unrestricted membership. Anyone can be a member of a particular cooperative society. There is no restriction. Anyone who is a major can become the member of the society. Then equal voting right. There is no more voting right when I am giving more capital, more investment in the society. All are equal. Why? Because they are following democratic principles. So equal voting right at the time of election of the general board, the board of directors. All are equal. It is another feature of cooperative society. It is not available in any other form of business organization. Then democratic management is the specialty. Why? Because all the organization will be managed by an elected body from the members of that particular society. So they are following the rules of democratic management. And some other characteristics of cooperative society are their main motto is service, serving, maximum providing service to the members, and limited distribution of surplus is yet another factor. They are getting surplus after doing so many activities, but they are not giving maximum to its members by they are keeping for society's development, members development, etc. So limited distribution of surplus. They are not sharing maximum portion of the profit among the members. Only few portion is shared in between the members. And these type of societies have corporate status and state control. State government in every state, they are controlling the affairs of these type of cooperative societies. They are providing financial support also. The liability of these societies members is limited. The liability of the members of cooperative society is generally limited. So these are all the characteristics of cooperative society. Very simple concept. You can learn very easily. Just read it again and again. Watch the videos very carefully. And the next concept in the topic cooperative society is its advantages. What are the advantages of cooperative society? As we said, the formation of cooperative society is very easy. No more legal constraints. They can approach directly to the registrar of cooperative society through the needed documents. Easy formation. Then perpetual succession. Perpetual succession means continuous existence. Continuous existence. The business of cooperative society will never end. It will continue. Maybe due to the death of a member, it will never stop. It will continue. So perpetual succession means continuous existence. The management of cooperative society is democratic. Another advantage, democratic management. So, why it is democratic? An elected board of directors running the managerial activities. And one man, one vote is the policy in voting time. So, democratic management is there. And mobilization of savings of all people is yet another advantage. This type of society collect the small savings of people and they are also giving some amount of interest. They are helping them in different ways. And another advantage of cooperative societies are economy of operation. No need of more expenses in cooperative society. The expenses in this type of organization is very low. And they helps to save members of that particular society from the exploitation of other middlemen. Most of the farmers cooperative society helps the members, farmers, by collecting their agricultural products and also helping them to direct marketing. Like that, every cooperative society save their members from exploitation of the third parties, the middlemen. Then state government helps this type of organization with financial support. State government helps them by the tax exemption. Their stamp duty is not there. They need not to pay registration fees. And also, lot of subsidies are allowed by the government. And last but least, social importance is another advantages of cooperative society. All the societies are working for the welfare of the society. Some disadvantages are also there. Sometimes they will not have sufficient amount of capital. Inadequate amount of capital is one disadvantage. Why? Because all the amount is collected from the members. And management also will be inefficient sometimes. Why? Because the members are elected in the board of directors. They are not having sufficient educational qualification. Inefficient management, lack of business secrecy. Every information in the meeting will be published, will be discussed in the meetings. So no secrecy of information, lack of motivation for the members. Why? Because only few amount of profit will be shared. They are not getting much remuneration. Then excessive state control. Already we have discussed. State is taking much control in all these type of organization. So societies have to obey the decisions of state government. They will control the functioning of cooperative society. And also there will be a lot of internal conflicts, disputes in between the members in the cooperative society. Yet another disadvantage. So these are the disadvantages, a few limitations of this type of cooperative society. Inadequate capital, inefficient management, lack of business secrecy, lack of motivation, excess state control, internal conflict.